morning, friends. How is everyone doing this morning? I hope you all are doing well. I'm sorry if my voice sounds a little bit to a lot of bit off. I woke up and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I feel off. Like something just feels off. So my voice is just a little bit cracky. That's about it. Like I don't have like a cough. I don't have a runny nose. It's just like my voice sounds weird. So apologies for that. If this is your first time here, then hi, my name is Carrington. If this is not your first time here, then big, huge, special welcome to any new visitors. If you enjoy project pans, if you enjoy shop my stashes, if you enjoy using old makeup we have in our collection, if you enjoy palette rankings, if you enjoy hauls, whether that be makeup, non-makeup related, if you enjoy testing out of new makeup, if you enjoy testing out of older makeup products, then definitely go ahead, hit that subscribe button, click the little bell so you can be notified of all my future uploads. As well, if you have been here 10 times, 100 times, 50 times, 2 times, and you still have not yet hit that subscribe button, I absolutely invite you to do so. Let's go ahead and let's get into today's exciting video. It's a project pan! I have never ever done a project pan in my life, but I do have quite a few makeup products in my collection, so I thought it would be fun to go ahead and start a little bit of a project pan. Now, I do have a Shop My Stash bag, and I will continue to do my Shop My Stash bags monthly. I plan on kind of alternating the days where I use like my project pan versus using like my Shop My Stash bag. And some of the products from this one Shop My Stash bag are actually going in my project pan. So that's exciting. This is going to be an all year long thing. I will update you guys on my progress every 3-ish months. We'll go ahead and do a look together today using all the products. So first up, I have, this is in my Shop My Stash currently. This is the ColourPop Land Mr. Mint Lip Balm, Glowing Lip Balm. I use this to prep my lips. This is literally how much I have left, but I feel like this just keeps going and going forever. So I like to just swipe that on a couple times on my bottom lip and my upper lip. Next up, I feel like if you've been here a while, then you have seen this coming. If you have not been here a while, then you probably did not see this coming. But this is my Ulta Beauty Matte Eye Primer. I have used up a sample size of this. I've used up like a mini. And then I broke out this. And this is usually always in, recently, my Shop My Stashes. And it's in this month's Shop My Stash as well. But I really, like, I am like right here with this right now. And I so badly want to be able to just use this up. So I hope that I can. I know I have other eye primers, but this is so good. I already have backups of it. All right, so for my palette, I have decided to go in with the Glamlight, the Chocolate Donut palette. I have already hit pan in one shade. I have seriously dented this shade. That's about it, probably as far as I have gotten with this palette. Now, I love this palette. I think this is such a great neutral palette. So I am glad that I have this in my Shop My Stash. But just for today's purpose, I am also throwing in like a ColourPop Super Shock Shadow. I feel like I never get enough use out of my singles. And so I wanted to try to include one in my Shop My Stash. This is in the shade Ritz. So I'm going to be using that with this as well today. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to create a look. I literally had my eye brushes like sat out ready to go, and now I just can't seem to find them. Okay, let's go ahead. Let's start with the shade right here called Delicious. We're going to focus that in the crease and above. Like this is going to be kind of like our transition shade. And we're just going to take our time just kind of like building this up and out. Okay, I literally thought this shade was delicious. It's Chocolicious. Clearly, I just wanted to not read it and just like see the very last of the words and just pretend I knew what I was talking about. It's Chocolicious, not delicious. Now I'm going to move into this shade right here. This is called Eclair. And we're just going to focus that a little bit like lower down into the crease, just like this, just right here. Here's the thing, these shades, these mattes are just so like pigmented that you don't really need a lot. So I have a feeling it's going to take me a pretty good amount of time just to be able to like use this palette up. This was in I want to say I shot my stash bag almost a year ago, I want to say. And I was able to hit my pans, the pan that I hit then, but it's just, you know. All right, so then for the outer corner, I'm going to go into the shade right here called Double Chocolate. And we'll focus that right on the outer corner. Focus that towards the lash line first and blow it out. And then come back in the V. Kind of like a little V shape. I'm going to take a little bit of a packing brush and I'm going to go into this matte shade right here called Sweet Filling. And for that, I want to pack this on like the lid. Almost like we're doing an all matte look, but we're going to cover that up with like the shade Ritz. Just because if I remember correctly, so I may be wrong, but I think Ritz is definitely more of like a sheer kind of like topperish kind of shade. So I just want it to have something like underneath to give it a little bit of pigment. So then we'll dive on into that shade Ritz right here, and we will just take that on a finger. Here's the thing. I feel like I always have a mirror and then I always lose my mirror every time. So we'll just use this little donut and just tap that on top. So yeah, Ritz is definitely more like a topperish type shade. Doesn't really provide any like pigment, but it does like provide sparkle. For the like base, I have this e.l.f. Mint Melt Cooling Face Primer. I think I used this like 1 or 2 times, and I honestly can't remember what I think about it. And this was like a year ago that I used it. Ugh. Okay, so it took a minute for it to even come out, and then I feel like it like over came out. But, so it's definitely very like tacky. I don't necessarily know that it feels cooling. For the pore filling, I use this in products that I hate, but like I'm just trying to use this up, truthfully, because like I know I hate it, like I don't care for it a whole lot, but it's not like I hate it so much that like I would declutter it. So at this point, I'm just like, let me just go ahead and just like use this up. And then once it's used up, like I just wouldn't like repurchase it. So I'm going over all my areas that have like pores, which is my T-zone. So for foundations, I want to throw 2 in because I feel like I'm almost done with maybe both of them, truthfully. I think today I'm going to use the It Cosmetics one. I think these are both great, like great products. For concealer, I'm going to go in my Wet n Wild Incognito. I hate this concealer, but I'm just like, let's just go ahead and let's just try attempting to like use this up. Like, ugh, smells awful. I think that's one of the things I really hate about this is just how bad it smells. Like, I don't think it's like a bad concealer necessarily. But I hate the way that it smells. Like, to me, it just doesn't smell good. Next, I'm going to move on to my cream contour. We finally are bringing this back. Like, if you're like, where have you been, girl? But I have already hit pan in this. I feel like I'm getting closer to it being gone. And then just going in with my sponge and blending this out. It blends out really nicely. Like, I really like this. But I think that like I've just found other cream bronzers or cream contours even that I just feel like are better suited for my skin tone. I have these 2 from Flower Beauty. I have the shade Nectar and the shade Pinched. I'm going to go in with Pinched today. I'm hoping I could use maybe like one of them up or both of them up. I don't know. But I'm just going to go in with that amount first. Take the back of my sponge. Get some on there and just start applying this to the cheeks. This one from Charlotte Tilbury, I've already hit pan on. This one I really like using for my under eyes only. And so that's just what I'm going to use this for, is just for my under eyes. I have another powder that I want to use for my whole face, but I love this specifically for my under eyes. It's going to be the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Setting Powder. I love this for my dry skin. I think this is so good for dry skin. And I'm just going to take that on a big, huge, like fluffy powder brush. And we're just going to start to just set everywhere that I wouldn't put powder products. So now for like the bronzer portion of this video, I'm going to go into this. I'm going to use this exclusively for bronzer and highlight. I will use these for blushes, but I also am throwing in like a Super Shock blush. I like just haven't really used a whole lot of them. So I'm just going to take this big, huge, fluffy like bronzing brush, get it packed with some pigment, and start to bronze up the skin with this. So now we're going to go into this blush shade right here, this ColourPop Land Super, has an interesting smell. It smells like gum, kind of. Okay, anyways, it's a Super Shock Cheek in the shade Jolly. It's from the Candyland collection. And I'm going to take this and kind of like a little bit of like a packing brush maybe. I don't know how to like best use this. And just start to like tap that into the cheeks. Bringing that forward just slightly. So then for highlighter, we're going to go ahead, dig right on into the Super Shock. Use my finger. I found my finger is my favorite way to apply this. For lashes, I have the Maybelline Sky High Mascara. And so we're just going to coat my lashes. I'm going to go ahead and start setting my face so my powders can start sinking in. This is the Neutrogena Radiant Setting Spray Healthy Skin with Peptides. It does not have a very good mister, I will tell you that. I'm going to go do my brows off camera. I'm going to be using this Ulta Brow Gel and this, as I drop that, Huda Micro Brow Pencil. Let's just go ahead and talk about how much of this Micro Brow Pencil I have left. Probably like a lot. Yeah, it just keeps going. So there it is. So I'm going to go ahead, go do my brows off of camera, and then we will be right back. So I'm back with my built-in brows, and the next and last step is lips. So for lip liner, I have this from ColourPop. This is in the shade Obvi, like obviously, but you know, like abbreviated. And I'm just going to line my lips. Alright, then we're going to fill in the lips. This is with the Juvia's Place Matte Liquid Lipstick in the shade Me. And last is going to be a gloss also from Juvia's Place. This is in the shade Barely There. And I think I'm just going to focus that kind of more on like the center part of my lips. Right, and here is the completed look. What does everybody think? What do you guys think of Project Pans? Do you enjoy these type of videos or do you not? Let me know if you're excited to see how much I use up in a year. I am really excited to see what I can use up in a year with all of these products. Hopefully I can use up a lot. I'm really excited with the look that I created. I think all the products worked really well together. I think they all look really nice, really beautiful, really nice, light. Right? Something just like really easy, simple, everyday that I could wear into the office or a meeting or something like that, or a meeting with a client, anything like that. I think this has just turned out so beautiful. Make sure you guys let me know all of your thoughts down below. If you enjoyed this video and you enjoy Project Pans, then definitely go ahead, give this video a thumbs up. This lets me know you enjoy this content. This lets YouTube know that you enjoy it. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, click the little bell if you have not already, especially if you are interested to see how well I use up these products. I'm excited to see where I am in 3 months. So make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, click the little bell, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye!